travel. Since the beginning of time, man has yearned to fly to outer space. But it wasn't simply a desire to fly outside the Earth's atmosphere. No, man wanted to go to the moon. He wanted to understand gravitational forces and the effects of weightlessness. And finally, due to vast shortages here on planet Earth, man wanted to search for intelligent life on other planets. From those desires came one of man's most significant inventions, the rocket ship.
And the world has never looked the same. In the simplest of terms, rockets fly by throwing mass in one direction in order to throw themselves in the other. The most complex spacecrafts are designed to carry large payloads into space and are used to launch satellites and probes, build the International Space Station, conduct zero-gravity research, Earth observation, and whatever else they do up there with all that time on their hands. But not every rocket goes to outer space. Sometimes what goes up just comes back down again. With the permission of Transport Canada, every month the cows are not amused when this field becomes the meeting place for the North American Propulsion and Aerospace Society. Or as I like to call them, rocket geeks.
This rocket is called Zoinks. I started with a rocket I called Yikes. Then there was Yikes again, after Yikes crashed. And then the third one is Yikes Cube. This one carries 3 cameras on it. When it detects the acceleration of liftoff, it triggers the cameras to start. And it'll be stored in the onboard memory, and I'll be able to download it once I recover the rocket.
Everybody pretty much starts the same way with really small ones. And then you just get bigger and bigger when you have more money to spend. And you're not spending it on girls or cars. It's our high-tech standoff.
Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm hooking up the ejection charges that are going to fire when the rocket gets to the top, and that's going to separate it in 2 pieces, connected by 30 feet of cord. That makes it unstable so that it tumbles at a relatively safe velocity from the top. And then electronics are going to fire a main chute with the nose cone coming off at about 1,100 feet.
Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Think of word for no way. Think of word for light. That's a good one.
What this does is, because of the long grass, it helps us find these things.
This motor is a 75 millimeter or 3-inch diameter. It'll be pushing this thing to approximately 3,500 feet in about 20 seconds.
Destroyed. You have to be prepared to lose it.
What I'm inserting now is the igniter that's going to start the motor. Cap holds it in place, and we can put it up.
Okay, next up on the away cell, we've got Len Lex going up with his Zoinks rocket. We're gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch.
As any enthusiast will tell you, it's not the size of your rocket that counts, it's how you shoot your payload. But how does the motor work? Hey, I'm no rocket scientist, so I have no idea, but this guy in the t-shirt actually is one.
A rocket motor is a device in which fuel and oxygen are burned to create hot gas. This hot gas is exhausted through a nozzle, creating a reaction force, which is what we call thrust. This is solid rocket propellant. feels like a pencil eraser. It's rubbery, but it's firm. And this is almost exactly what powers the space shuttle boosters, everything from that down to little tiny hobby rockets that people fly for fun. Making solid propellant is a little bit like cooking. This is the rubber polyol, which is the stuff you start with. We have a plasticizer, which makes it a little more fluid, and we have the curative mixed in right now. And I'm just giving those a quick stir. This material is aluminum powder. Aluminum is an excellent fuel and adds a lot of energy to the rocket propellant. This material here is called ammonium perchlorate. I'm going to give that a stir. Voila, uncured solid rocket propellant. All right, let's find out if it burns.
Early rockets came in the form of fireworks for Chinese festivals in the late 3rd century BC. But with solid fuel, once it's ignited, you can't turn it off, so nobody wanted to ride them. That all changed in 1926 when inventor Robert Goddard launched a liquid-fueled rocket in his Aunt Effie's cabbage patch in Auburn, Massachusetts. Not satisfied with cabbages, Goddard's dream was to take humans safely into space. At the time, lots of people thought he was nuts, but after 214 patents and rockets launching at 700 miles an hour, he's now regarded as a pioneer in the history of manned spaceflight.
There have only been a few spaceships in history that can carry people into space, a few rocket ships. The Americans had some in the 60s, right from the initial Mercury Redstone rocket right through to the big Saturn V that took the guys to the moon. But the Russians, since the beginning, have been using a little Soyuz rocket to carry people. It is a 2-stage rocket, on the top of it a capsule where a crew of 3 is sitting strapped in. And it's your standard, archetypical rocket ship.
All rocket ships destined for space launch to the east. This way they can take advantage of the Earth's rotation to help propel them out of the atmosphere. With re-entry, you've got to go from a position with almost no resistance and break through an area with a lot of resistance. So, if you're crazy enough to find yourself inside a capsule, hope to be going at the right angle to the atmosphere's surface. Otherwise, you could be incinerated, or your capsule could bounce off the atmosphere like a rock skipping off water. It's a little bit safer if you're in a plane. The monster of all rocket ships, NASA's Space Shuttle, is the most complex vehicle ever built. Strapped to more than 3.5 million pounds of solid and liquid fuel, it was designed to launch like a rocket, maneuver in Earth's orbit like a spacecraft, and land like an airplane. It can stay in orbit for up to 3 weeks with a crew of 7 on board. There's no other spaceship like it. At least, none built by humans.
Hello, Jeff. Just what do you think you're doing, Jeff?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Ces boutons ne font rien. C'est juste une réplique.
I don't understand. I don't understand your language. Come again. Come again.
I said those buttons don't do anything. It's only for show.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Hi. Follow me.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
Okay, so the Cosmonome is pretty much a place where you have 2 identities. You have the Space Science Center and Space Camp, which is where we are right now.
Right. And this is where I prepare to go to outer space.
Yeah.
What is this?
Well, this is the 1/6 chair. The 1/6 chair makes you feel like you're walking on the moon.
Nice. Hello. Say, what's the comfort rating on this thing? There it is. Wow! I'm off the ground. I'm hanging from my crotch.
So it's like you're on the moon right now.
Hey! I guess. Meow.
Now, believe it or not, you actually have one of the official jumps already.
These are official moves? NASA moves?
Not the backwards way.
I was born for outer space.
This time, try jumping 1 foot at a time, right to left, left to right, and so on.
What's this one called?
It's called the giant leaps.
Woo! You know, when I was a kid, I had something called a jolly jumper.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
I like it for adults.
Okay, so this is the multi-axis chair.
Okay.
The multi-axis chair, you have 3 different rings, which are going to be spinning separately in different directions.
Sounds like a good idea.
This simulator was used just in case we were to lose control of the capsule were to spin out of control. This is what the astronauts would feel and have to counterbalance before coming back into the atmosphere.
Right. Let's go. Just climb on up, huh?
Yeah, come on in.
Looks like I'm riding the lightning here.
There you go.
Are these, now am I a little tall for this device here?
Not, you're actually just a perfect size.
What's that mean?
You might be spinning quite fast. Put your hands through the loops.
This is funny. There's a woman I pay in Toronto. Oh, never mind. Different story.
Last thing is, never, ever, ever close your eyes.
Good Lord. Hello! Hello!
You okay?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Sort of relaxing. Oh, my foot's coming out. That's okay. Who cares? Anyone ever lose a foot in this thing? Hey, you know what, Chris? When I get nervous, I talk a lot. Oh! So how long would the big guys do this for, Chris?
For about 45 minutes.
Oh, piece of cake!
Okay, so Jeff, I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions to make sure you're always with us. So here we go, and what's your first name?
Jeff.
All right. Spell it for me backwards now.
F-F-E-J.
Okay. What color is the space shuttle?
The space shuttle is white. It's got a little red, a little black. It's green. Green, Chris. Oh, my God.
Now, what's my name?
Your name is Satan! Satan!
Rockets got their big break from another force of evil when German rocket scientist Wernher von Braun designed the Vengeance 2 for the Nazis in 1942. Thanks to Werner, it became the first man-made object launched into space and, as a ballistic missile, killed thousands of people all over Europe. Perhaps unsurprisingly, after the war, von Braun dropped his Nazi identity and relocated to America just as competitive space programs were developing between the US and the USSR, with a few minor accidents along the way.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
The space race started when the Soviets launched the first satellite, Sputnik 1. The Americans didn't like that very much, so they launched Explorer 1. Then the Soviets launched the first animal, a dog named Laika, and America retaliated with a chimp. Then in 1961, the Soviets one-upped them again with the first human cosmonaut, Yuri Gagarin, in the Vostok 1. Since then, NASA has spent billions and billions and billions of dollars every year making sure that America is at the head of space exploration. But these days, it's all about good PR.
Well, what we're looking at is PET 39B. The only moon mission from there was Apollo 10. PET B was then modified in the late 70s for the Space Shuttle program. The first shuttle to be launched from PET B, unfortunately, was Challenger back in January 28th of '86.
I think that the Space Shuttle launch is probably one of the most important things that we've done so far as a race, and I wish that we would spend less time trying to sell each other stuff and more time and money on this.
Space shuttle launches and things like this kind of bring everybody together. Like, everybody here speaks a different language, yet we all came to see the same thing, and it's like I love it.
Seeing it in person is so much different than seeing it on TV. It's just absolutely awesome. I'm immersing myself in the awesomeness of this whole thing. I'm so excited, I can't see straight.
Chief Engineer, verify no constraints to launch. T-team is go. Thanks, Charlie.
The shuttle has 5 engines, 3 that burn hydrogen and oxygen, 2 that burn solid fuel. We light the liquid engines first.
Atlantis OTC, close and lock your visors and initiate O2 flow.
When those engines start to light, it's an incredibly violent, powerful thing. And it provides so much force that it bends the whole shuttle, and you feel the whole thing sway forward. It's called the twang. The whole shuttle twangs forward, and then as soon as it twangs back to vertical, the solid rockets light, the two huge white rockets that we have up the side, and suddenly you are going somewhere. 7 million pounds of thrust, and it feels like you were sitting in a building that had a truck crash into the bottom of it. There's this huge vibration, and you were just being rattled and shaken and hurled up to space, this immense power pushing on you. And you realize that you're kind of helpless in the center of this immense amount of energy that's being poured out the back. After 2 minutes, the solid rockets are empty. They explode off. We accelerate this big oppressive weight on us for another 6.5 minutes as we get up to the speed you need to be at to stay in orbit. And at the end of it, you come shooting out the end of the barrel, going 8 kilometers a second, Mach 25, 17,500 miles an hour. You're in space.
Whether you see it as an obnoxious symbol of intergalactic imperialism or as America's grandest achievement in space travel, the Space Shuttle is one hell of a ride.
So, if you want to go to outer space, you have only 2 options. One, you can devote your life to becoming an astronaut, or number 2, you can drop $20 million and become a space tourist.
It's been announced that the Space Shuttle will be retired by 2010 and a newer, higher-powered rocket will take its place, the Ares 1 and 5. And since China's launch of the Shenzhou 6, a manned rocket ship, a new competitor in space exploration has arrived. But right now, there is a different kind of space race going on, not between countries, but between entrepreneurs. For $20 million, Space Adventures will take you aboard a Russian Soyuz rocket so you can become part of the new frontier. Space tourism.
Now you have the opportunity to experience the ultimate adventure. Space Adventures, the world's premier private space exploration company, wants to send you on its next orbital mission to the International Space Station.
The first moment I saw planet Earth, I was still in the Soyuz capsule, and it was about an hour after we were in orbit and we were able to finally open our belts and float. And when I saw it, I sort of took my breath away. Everyone deserves that experience. Everyone who wants to fly to space should be able to, and I'll do my part to make sure it becomes available to them.
You'll have seen and experienced something that fewer than 500 people in the history of mankind have experienced: the thrill of spaceflight.
Since 2004, the X Prize Cup, the world's only space exposition, takes place less than 200 miles from Roswell, New Mexico.
And that, the official ribbon cutting, begins the Wirefly X Prize Cup. I think they gave them chow.
So the goal of the X Prize Foundation is to bring about radical breakthroughs for the benefit of humanity. So this year at the Wirefly X Prize Cup, we have a number of great competitions. We've got the Northrop Grumman Lunar Lander Challenge. Working with NASA, we put up a $2 million purse. For the first team could privately build a vehicle able to take off vertically, climb to altitude, hover for 90 seconds, translate over 300 feet, and do a precision landing, refuel, and fly back.
Thanks to the wonders of commercial enterprise, you don't have to be a rocket scientist anymore to make a rocket ship.
Normally, you'd think that that this sort of rocketry would be really, really difficult, but it's something even I can understand. It's a very simple vehicle with a very simple control system. It's called a gimbaled engine. These are gimbal actuators that move the engine in the X, Y axis. Now, the Z axis is controlled by roll control thrusters. There are opposing roll control thrusters on opposing tanks. Hovering a rocket demonstrates the ultimate in control. And if you can hover a rocket, you can pretty much make a rocket do anything and everything.
The Lunar Lander Challenge is a way of getting entrepreneurs excited about looking beyond low Earth orbit, looking towards the moon. Our goal here is to use prize money and the attention of the world to give space entrepreneurs a platform to attract capital, to try and risk, to try new designs, because it's just too expensive to go to space today. We need people with breakthrough ideas. And sometimes a breakthrough idea is crazy. The day before something is truly a breakthrough, it's a crazy idea. This is a place where people can try those crazy ideas.
My name's Steve Bennett. I'm CEO of Star Chaser Industries. This is our space capsule. Why don't you come along and take a look? This is the Thunderstar 3-man capsule. It's designed to put 3 people up 85 miles into space. We strap you in the seats, you've got the spacesuits on, you get the fire and the smoke, the acceleration, we really punch you up there. You really, truly will become an astronaut. We're going to do it cheaply, and we're going to do it safely.
Wow. So, as long as you've got a good life insurance policy, riding a rocket ship to outer space could be the next best thing to going to Vegas. And who knows? You might make some friends.
Ow. The night sky has been a source of inspiration for human beings for thousands of years, but we've only been exploring it for the past half-century. So our journey beyond the Earth's atmosphere has just begun, and the rocket ship, in whatever form it may take, will help us to discover whoever or whatever is out there. Is out there. Is out there. Is out there. Is out there.